Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay and I am Stitchy Fifer here on YouTube and over on Instagram. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about cross stitch. Occasionally I will show some crocheting and knitting on my channel, but for the most part it is cross stitch. Very warm welcome to my new subscribers, and to those of you who are returning, welcome and thank you for spending some more time with me today. Do apologise, I've lost my notes. Oh, just disappeared off the screen. There we go. Yeah, for spending some more time with me today. If you do like my projects and you want to keep up with and progress on them, please click on the like and subscribe buttons and select all on the notification bell so that you can be advised whenever I post new content. And my lovely glamorous assistant Charlie has got up and left. Good. I'll get peace now. This is about the 5th time trying to film this because a certain black and white cat wants cuddles, and the little tabby and white one is lying ever so, being such a good boy, lying on the floor. So yeah. Anyway, today is Saturday the 19th of July and it's dull here today with some drizzle. We're supposed to be under a yellow warning for thunderstorms later in the day as they come up from England later this afternoon and this evening. Hopefully it'll clear the air a bit and it'll be less muggy. Us Scots are not designed for 85% humidity. Like it's been several times this week overnight, and hopefully these dull conditions will not detract from the stitching and you'll be able to see my progress. I'm still noticing a dip in my stitching totals though. I'm still not sure why. I'm trying not to scroll on my phone as often, but as you all know, that's easier said than done. I think I might need to start and put it in a separate room. Or put it over the other side of the living room, so I have to get up and go and get it whenever I want to scroll on it, which might put me off. But I don't know. It may just be down to the fact that it's hot and just not, find it hard to focus and what have you. Hopefully it'll cool back down a bit and I'll be able to get my totals back up again. That being said, I did complete 3,968 stitches over 4 projects this past week. I honestly do not know why I didn't just do those extra 32 stitches to get myself up to 4,000 over 4. That would be a nice round total, wouldn't it? But I did manage to stitch every day. And unless I say otherwise, all my projects are stitched on either 18 count or Aida or 25 count evenweave with CXC threads 1/1 full cross. I'm not a 10 stitcher. I think it would just confuse my brain too much, and I would want to keep completing the stitches and then get nowhere fast. So yeah. The first project I'm going to show you is my HAED cell. I'm working on Van Gogh's Roses, and I had a little bit of a milestone this week because I actually completed the third instalment. Unfortunately, I forgot to take a picture before I started stitching this week. But if you look on my Instagram, you will see the picture I took when I completed the second instalment. Just stay there. Also, if you want to look and see it from before I started stitching, if you go back to last week's update, you'll see it there. I think it's about the first project I stitched on there. I showed you. So this is where I am now. You'll notice as well that I'm actually gone back to stitching my diagonals, 20 stitch wide diagonals, using the snake method, created by Needle Ninja originally. I work diagonally 20 stitch row columns, going left to right, right to left, and I park my threads in a space where there's not a stitch above it. So that is where I am there. And that is it's definitely my preferred stitching method, and you have my permission if I say that I want to start to try cross country or colour completion again. You have my permission to remind me of the struggle that I had with those 2 pages and the mess of my back, because quick look, it is a mess. It is all over the place. This is from when I was doing the diagonals, and this is the colour completion, and it looks like a rat's nest. So yeah, don't like it. So we'll be doing it again. That is it now. I bet I've still not got a picture of the mock-up. I don't have a picture of the mock-up. Can you believe it? Or the full part thing. I've only got the mock-up of the 3rd up to 3rd installment. Mock-up, so yeah, we can see the 3rd installment has, you know, this is the shorter pages at the bottom. But I'm still working up here, so I'm working over here at the moment. So I've got a page, I think a page, and then there's a narrow, slender, like done like 11 stitches wide. This column of pages here is about 11 stitches wide, and then I think the bottom row of pages is partial pages. Yeah, as well, because I don't think it's full height. So that is that. I've not told you my totals for the month, have I? My total for the week, not for the month, is 1,534 stitches. I stitched in it 3 days. Take me to 74.04% of the 3 instalments so far. And because I have completed the first 2 instalments, which consists of 8 pages, I have done enough of the project to qualify for the free charts for the remaining charts for the SAL for the remaining I think it's 11 other charts. So I will get, at the end of the year, I will definitely be getting the charts for Drinks on the Beach, Innocent Dreams, which is the bunny, Jelly World, Steampunk Portal, which I think what the other one is that people are doing. What's the lion one called? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I'll be getting all of them. But you know, of course, that I will be going all out for a completed project by the end of, I think it's the 30th of December is the cut-off. So I will be going all out to try and get it completed by then. Oscar, do you want to leave Charlie's tail alone, baby? Yeah, you got your claw stuck in the blanket now, haven't you? Yeah, that was clever. Thank you. Did you get your tail? Did he? Yes. He's just giving himself a fright with a bag. Anyway. Yeah, you know I'll be doing my best to finish the whole thing so I can get my free HAED chart. I've got a short list now. I'm not going to tell you what the short lists are because that's going to change probably. Anyway, the second project I'm going to show you is my second oldest whip. This is Witching Hour by Lisa Parker. It's Max colour version, charted by HAED, and the artwork is by, as I said, Lisa Parker. One second. Just get the picture of where it was. This is where it was before I started stitching on it this week. It's a bit dark, isn't it? A bit bright, I mean, sorry. Don't want to go too dark. There we go. There we go. Is that better? There we go. So yeah. That's where I was just in the flame of the candle. And this week I did, oh, that's where I was. I'm a wee bit back to front here because I should have shown you this one first. This is what it is going to look like when it's completed. As I said, I'm working in the candle, and just bottom of that pass is about halfway through the second eye. Take liberties much. Come on, move please. Come on. I can't have that on my knee. So this is where I am now. And I completed the diagonal I was on, and I have come back. I'm now in the next diagonal but still in the flame, but I'm on the next diagonal there. I'll bring that in closer to let you see. There, so, and I have actually started the second eye down here as well. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting on to the next pass so that I can do that. For the 2 days I stitched 1010 stitches. I think I was on a row and I wanted to finish the row. And that's a total of 103,944 stitches out of 229,600 stitches, or 45.27% of the full project. The cat itself is a mixture of greys and blacks, and greys and dark browns, sorry, at that stage. So it's quite interesting to stitch. Still kind of colour blocky, so I can get through it quite quick. This was one of the ones that I had as a goal. I had a goal for next year. It was a rather optimistic goal of 50%. I think I may have to be realistic though and change it to 47. I'm not going to say it's a target, I'm just going to say it's a goal. I'd like to achieve that. If I don't, then that's fine. It's not going to be, I'm not going to feel so bad if I don't achieve it. The third project that I'm going to show you is one of the few projects that I am stitching 2/1, and it has its own threads. Normally I work from my master set, but because this is 2/1, it's double thread, double strands, it has its own set of threads. Some nice colours in there, really is. This is the Flying Scotsman from Artecy. It's based on artwork by Walsh. It's one of our projects, as I say, that is 2/1. I started this as a commemoration piece for my dad, and if he'd still been with us, he would have been 96 this year. Steam engines were his life's passion, I would say. All his life he loved steam engines, and the plan is to have this completed by what would have been his 100th birthday in 2029. This week I worked on it for 2 days and completed 1015 stitches, and this is what it's going to look like when it is finished. Oh, no, I don't want the chart. I don't want to look at the chart. I want to mock up. That is what it's going to look like when it is completed. It's a lovely chart. No, there's sections to it, so I'm working my way along the middle section with the train and the car, and then I'll be working on the bottom section. You know, I had a little panic when I put it in the frame the other day, and I thought I was too close to the bottom to do the third pass. But what I realised was if the second pass was the diagonals were longer than the second pass should have been, because I shouldn't have went down as far with the second pass. But anyway, so that's where it is. That's what it will look like, rather. This is where it was going into this week. Still working on that, working on that diagonal down. So what I did was, because I want to separate into passes, I stopped that diagonal here and started again up here. So I'm going to bring it down, and I think maybe even that's too far down to have a decent amount of stitching on the bottom. But I thought, oh, I left it too short. But from there, I only have another two boxes, two squares underneath. So, I'm only 200 stitches or 20 stitches from the bottom. So I'm going to have plenty. I've got plenty of space at the bottom. I mean, what's that about? Oh, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches at the bottom. I misjudged it at the top. But yeah. I started too far down. That was before I got my corner gauge, and I was guessing it. So a couple of my projects are probably going to be too short. Are going to be like that, close in at the bottom. But anyway, that's that one. So because I managed to get my 1,000 stitches in quite quickly in that one, that was, as I say, 1,015 stitches, taking it to 29,036 stitches out of 60,000 stitches, or 48.39% overall. The last project I'm going to show you is a little sneaky, because my projects are, as I say, I stitched 2 days over a project, and I finished that one, my rotation for that quite quick yesterday. I went in, picked up my Focus for Finish, which is this one, Freebie Harmony, artwork by Ching-Chou Kuik, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is where I was at on it. I was just starting on the next pass at the bottom, so I was working along here. Can you move, please? Thank you. And this is where I got to. This is 409 stitches. This project, this design was a freebie on the HAED website, but it's now retired. As I say, 409 stitches, and I'm just sort of filling it in. I'm doing this more like a cross between my diagonals and Gemma's colour flow method. Just sort of filling it up as I'm going along. I'm just sort of filling up these blue spots, and then, where the off white is at the back, I'm just doing that way, sort of working within still trying to work within the diagonal, but I'm a bit more flexible about working outside of it. So those 409 stitches that I did yesterday took me to 104,373 stitches, pardon me, out of 156,000 stitches, or to 66.91%. The aim is to complete this by the end of December, but if not, looking at hopefully 75%. This one's going to be staying out on the nudge all the time. Whenever I've hit my target of 1,000 stitches, or over the 2 days, if I hit 1,000 stitches on the first day, then my rotation will move up a day, so that the next day I'll start on the next one. What would you mean the next one in the rotation? But if it takes me 2 days to hit my 1,000 stitches, on the second day, if I've hit that 1,000 stitches, this will come out for the remainder of my stitching time. And I've had to start being a bit more strict with my stitching time, and I don't stitch after 9 or 10 o'clock at night, because I was finding I was making a lot more mistakes. I was getting tired. So that might be one of the reasons why my stitching counts went down. I need to try and figure out a way of working that's going to let me finish stitching at a time that I'm not going to be into that sleepy stage, but I'm still going to have, you know, still be able to get my total up, because I liked having the 4 and the 5,000 stitches a week rather, and I'm not down a lot, but it's an average of around about 300 stitches a day. And it's just been since sort of like June and July, so I don't know if monogamous May broke me for a few months, but we'll see. So that is that. Plans going forward this week. I'm going to be releasing a new Stitch With Me video tomorrow, and it'll be the HAED Sal project. It'll be this one, and so that'll be hopefully tomorrow. There might be another one midweek, depending on whether I can get myself organised to do it. Don't know what project it'll be on, but looking at the projects I'm going to be working on this week, I'm going to be working on either the super-sized Kitschy Kitchen Shelf Mats covered by HAED, artwork by Aimee Stewart, which is this one. And the other one I'm working on this week is Autumn Waltz by Carolyn Manning. And if I can hit my 1,000 stitches and get switched, you know, in the day, and get switched onto another project a day early, it will bring in this one. This is Celtic Dragon by 2x2 stitch art on Etsy. This is the same one as the one that Laura Stitching with the Shore was stitching. She didn't do the border, but I know she did the dragon. I don't know if she's doing the moon, can't remember. But that's the one I'm going, that's my bonus if I get 1,000 stitches in one of the days and get my rotation moved forward a day. And then of course I'll be working on Harmony as my focus for a finish. So if I don't manage it in the 1,000 stitches on the first day, but it's the second day before I hit that, the remainder of that day I'll be on my Harmony. So that's the projects I'm working on next week. Looking a bit further forward, I'm just waiting on Abby coming back from her holidays and opening up her shop again on Etsy so I can place the order for the fabric and threads for my autumn new start. I have picked this one. This is called come on, where you go? I hate the taskbar coming up like that. Oh, just move that off a bit, hold on. This is called Let It Be. Artwork is by Linda Ravenscroft. It's a retired piece from HAED. I think it was a freebie, because I can't remember buying it, but I have it in my stash, and I decided, because August is still summer but not quite autumn, and you know, I wanted to do Bee from Gecko Rouge, but there's so many people doing it, and I was scrolling through my patterns that I've got on my OneDrive, and I was scrolling through them, and I seen this one. I thought, oh, I like that. It's different, but it's kind of the same sort of idea. The bees on the honeycomb with the flowers, and I thought, I like that. So I've decided to start this one. So this is going to be my August new start. I normally start in the first of the month, but because I've waited for an extra week or so before ordering it, it might not actually get started till maybe the first week into August, but that is the plan. But as I say, I can't remember actually buying the chart. Do you want a move, please? Thank you. I've no haul this week, but I did get a new thumb screw for my light bar on my Lowry so that I can use my phone clamp the same way that I use my lamp, because I've got that screwed into the light bar. There's a pole comes out the clamp, and you know, I showed you last week when I showed you this. I've got a pole that sticks down that can go in the hole on the light bar, and then I've got the screw to tighten up. But they only come with one screw. Whoops, that could have been nasty because that's got my pattern keeper on it, and that could have been dangerous. We'll just do that, right? Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, the clamp's getting in my way when I'm trying to change my lights, my lamp setting. Like if I'm wanting to make it brighter or darker. So the clamp's getting in my way, so that's coming off and it's going in the hole. But the light bar only comes with one thumb screw, so I needed another one, so I ordered that. So that came. That's all my haul. Flosstube wise, I'm still about 2 weeks behind. Actually nearer to 3, because I've been finding that I've been watching other stuff on YouTube. To the extent that I've actually separated my playlist. I've got 2 playlists that are private on my channel, which are labelled still to watch dash stitching, still to watch dash factual. And what I've done is I've separated them out. It used to all be on one still to watch playlist, but I was getting up close to 200 videos still to watch, and the majority of them are like maybe 10. I'll say the majority of them. Not the majority of them. The factual ones, the majority of them are like maybe 15-20 minutes long. So what I've done, I've taken them out of there and put them onto their own playlist, so that when I'm stitching, I can watch the stitching ones, and when I'm sitting maybe having my dinner or whatever at night, or if I'm working on my family tree, I can run the factual one. And I'm not feeling guilty about adding in these 5 to 10 minute videos that are just little sound bites about different things that I'm interested in. So that's what I've been doing. But I have watched, you know, I still have watched stitching ones. The Usual Suspects, Jen, Darren, Lorna, Stitching Masterpieces, VX Crafts and so on. But I have found a new one, at least new to me, and it's a channel called Slow Stitch Yogi. I came across one of her videos in my recommendations the other day, it was midweeks, and I watched it and I quite enjoyed it. She does live stitch with me videos, much the same as Camario and Chino does. That Camario and Chino do. And while I've only watched one of them, I think I'm actually going to quite enjoy her channel. She's got a lovely relaxing voice, and her projects are beautiful. So if you want to lose yourself in your stitching for an hour or so, I mean, the one that I watched was about 2.5 hours long, and I saw one that I added into my playlist the other day, which was 3 hours long. So they're quite long videos, but it doesn't seem that long when you're actually listening to them, and you can get yourself totally, while you're working on your project, you can lose yourself in your stitching, and it's because it's relaxing, you're not feeling, just helps get rid of that stress and whatever, and you're going through. So if you are interested in that, go and give her channel a chance. As I say, she's on, she's Slow Stitch Yogi. What I will do is I'll link her channel down in the description box below. Talking in the description box down below, there is a list of my projects, my active projects at the moment in there, as well. And I'll just have to try and remember to keep updating that whenever I add in new projects or I finish projects, because I'm likely to forget. I just basically do a copy and paste over of that. But what I will do is, as I say, I will list Slow Stitch Yogi in the drop down blocks below. Updates, well, nothing really's happened. not really had much happening in my life. Apart from my garden my grass getting cut out the front, which wasn't badly needed. It's all fine well this fine weather, but then the days between, we weren't even getting like dry days in between the hot spells, so it kind of sprouted up. So that got cut Thursday, and I'm coming back to finish it off to do the weeding, to do the weeds. I've got like wild roses growing up in the fence in between me and my neighbour, so he's taken some of them away, but some of them down, but there's still some there, and he's going to come and they're sounded because he seemed to have rooted himself in the gap between the slabs and the wall, like the front of my house, my flat, and so he's going to come back and do that, and he's also going to do my back garden and get rid of the weeds and the rubbish at the back. I say back garden, it's basically I live in a block of flats, 6 flats in it. We've all got our own sort of separate drying green out the back that we're responsible for. And it was supposed to be, it was at one point tarmacked, but it's been, obviously the dirt, the sediments built up over time, and I've got weeds taking root, and so he's going to come and he's going to clear that all out for me. I was supposed to be yesterday, but I don't know what happened, and then it's been raining today, so it won't be today. Probably won't be tomorrow because it's raining, so hopefully Monday, if the weather's dry, we can get back and get that finished. So that's basically what's happening with me. I call it a dying green actually, and it's not even, it can't even be called that. It's not very big, and it's in shade all the time, so the wind has to be blowing in the right direction to dry your clothes. So a lot of folk in these flats have actually started putting airers on their balconies to dry their clothes if they're not using dryers. I mean, I use a tumble dryer, but I'm trying to cut back on that and using that so much, so I have got an airer. So I think that's what I'll be doing, is putting it on the airer on the balcony, on my porch veranda out front. But anyway, once it's done, it'll be nice, won't it? Anyway, that's what I've got for you this week. I was going to try and grab Oscar, but he steered clear of me. Oscar, come here. Come on, help me come. Come on then, boys. Come on. No? Are you coming up? Oh, there's Charlie. Come on. Come on, Oscar. Come on. Come on. Come on then. Are you coming? Come on. Come here. Come on. He's right in front of me. Got ya. Got ya. There he is. There's Oscar. Anyway, that being said, that's all I've got for you this week, and I hope that you're well and getting plenty of stitching done. Remember, if you haven't already subscribed and you like what you see, you want to keep track of my projects with me, click on the like and subscribe buttons and select all the notifications drop down so that you can get notified whenever I upload content. As I said, I'm going to film a stitch with me tomorrow, which will be with my HAED project, possibly another midweek, but we'll see what happens. If there's a thunderstorm or two overnight and power goes off, I'm going to have to rejig my plans a wee bit, because I need the lamp to be able to see to stitch. And as long as enough battery in my Oscar's now got the zoomies. As long as there's enough battery in my Chromebook, I'll be fine for pattern keeper. But anyway, I need to be, like I said, I need to be able to see what I'm stitching. Finally, I'm going to leave you these 2 thoughts. Firstly, it doesn't matter how many stitches you get done in a day, because even one stitch is progress, and it is one less stitch that you still have to do. You go and look at the birds. Go on then. Secondly, treat yourself as you want to be treated. Oi, calm down. He's got the zoomies. Yeah, secondly, treat yourself. No. I'll get this out yet. I'll get this out yet. Secondly, treat others as you want to be treated yourself. I've got this written down. You wouldn't believe this. I've got this written down. It costs you nothing to give a smile and a kind word, even, but it can mean the world. You never know what someone else is going through, and your smile or kind word can make the big difference on their day, to their day, even. Oh, I was doing well up until the end there, wasn't I? Oh boy. I'm away to... Before us to send it to Artecy, because Oscar's got zoomies. I'm going to go. Take care, guys. Yeah, take care. Happy stitching. I'm away to go and have a Valium, I think. Bye.